This weekend, the opening round of action in the Bundesliga, and Rekordmeister FC Bayern, who'd been plunged into crisis 7 days before in the Super Cup, plunged right back out of it, beating Werder Bremen 4-0. Kane with the assist for the opening goal and another shortly afterwards. Rafa, it just looked so right.
He looked very right, even though it took some time for him and the team to really find each other. I thought in the first half, Bayern had a lot of possession, but failed really to play the right pass. Or his timing was a little bit off. There was sort of a adaptation process going on, and you could see that it's not going to be instantly the perfect harmony. But then a little bit of space opened up in the second half on Werder Bremen, who were quite defensive and quite poor, to be perfectly honest, when they opened up. And there was a wonderful pass from Alphonso Davies, who had a great game. And then it was that classic Harry Kane moment, one-on-one with the keeper, took his time, waited for the keeper to make a move, and then really cool finish. And on the whole, with this assist added to it very early on that gave Bayern the lead and really made their life much easier, it was kind of the perfect debut after all the build-up and after, as you said, that negativity after the Super Cup where he came on and really probably shouldn't have played. Looked very tired, looked out of sorts. Still not, I think, 100%. He went down with cramp 10 minutes before time. But very encouraging for Bayern and very daunting for the competition that even sort of a half-baked Kane-Bayern combination can be as effective.
They look pretty in sync, though. I mean, the nice as the goal was, that assist for Leroy Sani, that kind of instinctive flick, was remarkable for two players who'd not really had much time together. Matty Haynes asking, is Leroy Sani capable of having the same relationship with Harry Kane as the Englishman did with Heung-min Son at Spurs?
Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be great if that were to happen. Leroy Sani played well, scored 2 goals. Kingsley Coman, I thought, was actually Bayern's best player. He was absolutely outstanding on the left. And Thomas Tuchel was very effusive, and he said some very interesting things after the game. He said Kane made all the Bayern players better by drawing attention to him. He talked about all the attacking players. And he also had this fantastic impact on the training ground, being always happy to train, having great sort of charisma and leadership. And, for a team, as we said many times last year on the pod, who sort of seemed to lack a little bit of confidence, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of personality, I think he is so important already beyond the goals, beyond the assists, just by being this big player who just is happy, who is happy with himself. How do you say, when you give out some, permeate? No. Emanate, yeah.
Radiate.
He radiates.
Exude.
And exudes, indeed.
Sweat.
Quality and confidence and that swagger that Bayern really have needed quite desperately. And, yeah, hugely encouraging signs. Still some issues, of course. But, yeah, for a team that, as you said, was in crisis, even though it was perhaps an inverted comma crisis, it was as good as it really gets on an opening day of the season.
Magnificent fourth goal from Matthias Tell as well. Elsewhere, Leipzig, the team who laid down a marker supposedly by beating Bayern in that Super Cup game the week before, they lost 3-2 at Xavi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, this was probably the biggest game of the week. Two teams that are seen as contenders to push Bayern, if not all the way, they're at least quite close. And it was going to be a statement of whoever would win to really underline their credentials. And it was very open, lots of great goals. Dani Olmo scored again after his hat-trick. But ultimately, Leverkusen came out on top because they had Florian Wirtz playing the goal. His third goal was a bit fluky. He hit himself, basically, and then the ball bounced over Blaswich in goal. But still, the kind of game, high-quality game, the kind of high-quality win that will make people feel a lot better about this, or even better, I should say, about this Xabi Alonso team, who have been tipped as one of these sides to watch. Very entertaining, really good quality, good depth in the side as well. I think they're going to be a really fun team to follow this year.
Hello there. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to this channel? The Totally Football Show podcast is available 3 times a week, bringing you all the football news you could reasonably be expected to care about. We've got views, we've got stats, we've got analysis, we've got some of the best football writers around, and the whole thing is absolutely free. So have a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all the usual places by clicking on the link below.